Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I don't know why, but I loaded up the game for this episode. This is indicating that we're at 0% to 0% on war exhaustion down here. It's not true. We're actually at the same 56 to 48, and I imagine that's just a graphical glitch that will update in a moment. But just so you know, that's not the actual state of the war. This is the actual state of the war. We are a little bit ahead in war exhaustion, which means we're behind in the war. But that is, I think, largely because we need to push in over this way. That said, this fleet, not as powerful as it could be right now. We may just want, because this is a humiliation war on both sides, right? We may just want to wait out the status quo. That may not be the worst idea. However, we do have some deferred work to do on our colonies here. Sredma currently has a worker unemployment. And how do we want to handle that? Well, we're going to be getting another building slot in one population. We're not going to be getting that population for a while, but maybe we should just move a pop in? We could move a pop from Azure Chalice, actually. And that would help offset this consumer goods issue that we've got going on. I like it. Let's move a farmer. There we go. How much is that costing? 125? Okay. So we can then use that. Oh, we can upgrade to a planetary capital as well. That's a relatively big deal. There is a gas extraction well available here, and we may want to make use of that, but I think not right now. I think we need to put in a civilian industry and get that planetary capital upgraded. Excellent. Now we also have 2 building slots open over here. We need a chamber of elevation. Oh, we're short on minerals. I guess we'll tick forward a little bit and deal with these at that time. We need a chamber of elevation for both of them. So that'll be what, 720? Yes, 720 in terms of our minerals that we'll need to make that happen. I don't want to purchase minerals, so that should be fine. Now the Crash Starbase, we definitely do want to leave this empty. Heaven's Gate, of course, is as well. And if we check in on our trade route, we can see that we're still having some issues in Xania and in Marfark. Now, trade value is currently growing over here, right? Oh, we're actually just leaving right now. Okay, let's check in over here. So our current piracy is 32.28. Yep, it is still growing over here. So that is intriguing. Definitely. I think we need to then bump this up to perhaps even 6. And we'll go ahead and hit that reinforced fleet button, get both of those corvettes going. We have this second combat fleet already queued up and ready to go. I am wondering where these got queued up. They got queued up at Canopus Station. That's ideal. Okay, so we have that underway. We're also moving in this fleet over here, and we're reinforcing over here a little bit. So we're just going to need to tick forward here for just a little while. Now, this cruiser should be in the second combat fleet, should it not? Hang on a moment. Do we have an extra cruiser here? We do. That will save us a lot of alloys, actually. We'll group that in. Excellent. So that'll get in there. And then it's just the first and second combat. Wonderful. So the other science ship here is not doing anything right now. And let's see, I'm just wondering, was it intended to explore these wormholes? No, you're exploring those wormholes over there. Why don't you come over here and explore this wormhole? That should be good. Hopefully we'll find some halfway decent shortcuts. Okay, so we have our 3rd Corvette here, and when is our 4th going to finish? Our 4th Corvette is going to finish in, or rather our 4th Cruiser is going to finish in 70 days. That's good. Now we're very close right now on our naval cap. However, we can upgrade this starbase here to increase our anchorages, and I think that is something that is worth spending the resources on. Let's get a chamber of elevation started over here, and a second started over here. There we go. We did have... Okay, we have reinforcements in transit. That's fine. We did have a necrophage happen, but that is absolutely fine. So it's currently 57 to 49 in terms of this war. We could push into Sinistra, but I'd kind of like to hold off on that. This station here has reinforced, and its disruption field generator is finishing now. Upgrading this would be a good idea if we had the alloys, but we've kind of been spending our alloys really greedily, so we don't currently have them. But that's fine. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with the AI declaring this war. Like, it's ending up being a nonsense war, but that's not necessarily the AI's fault, because it couldn't have known that we would have the resources to immediately raise up a second combat fleet, right? That said, the AI probably could have beaten us. They're currently equivalent to us on everything. So yeah, I think that they called our bluff on being greedy there super well. And granted, it was a bluff, and them calling it was bad for them. But I'm impressed with the AI changes here so far. This is, of course, the AI improvements beta branch that we are on. So I'm impressed with that. That was a good decision. That said, we are just going to get out of this war. Let's go. Status quo peace. Excellent. I don't want anything but status quo, because at this point, we need to work on solving this slight issue. Our naval capacity and our starbase capacity. That is substantially hurting our energy credits situation. Let's go ahead and pull the first combat fleet back to Grumium. And the second combat fleet will just chill here for now. That should be fine. Now, I'd love to upgrade Atlas. That would be a really, really good thing to do. Yeah, you can see, even with the 4 corvettes here, the piracy is growing. That is a problem. That said, we are going to very quickly... I don't want to be in trade mode. We're very quickly going to have 2 additional corvettes over there, which should, in theory, help. Okay, so we're back at peace. That is great. We have, on this tech world here, a building slot available. We have 8 housing right now and no unemployment here. That tells me that we absolutely get a research lab here to start trying to use up some of this housing. Because that is rather a lot of housing for rather not a lot of jobs. Excellent. We are also on our way over here, and let's go ahead and queue up this build starbase order. Excellent. And of course, we are going to be settling this world, which should bring us up to 13 out of 13 starbase capacity. So that is wonderful. We're currently slightly negative on our food. But I think that's because it's because we're short on energy credits. It's not actually anything to do with our buy and sell orders. It's because we're lacking in energy credits. That's fine. We did stretch our economy to make ourselves appear much stronger for that war. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Make ourselves 1.4k in terms of energy credits, and that'll keep us afloat for a while we work on getting our trade situation over here finished up. Okay, we just explored this wormhole. It connects up to Himpra, as expected. So let's actually jump in there and survey that before we explore this wormhole. Excellent. The GCS Diseased Ambition 2 has encountered a massive being of pure energy in the Himpra system. A veritable vortex of psionic forces, our crew senses intense malevolence emanating from the entity. Bafflingly, the Himpra system itself seems to be entirely devoid of any connection to the subspace hyperlane network. Whether this entity's presence has severed the system's hyperlane connections, or if unexpected subspace fluctuations trapped it here, is unknown. One matter is known, however. The repeating signal we first registered in the pull core system appears to originate from Himpra 2. Okay, so... where is this? Okay, yeah, it was right here. So there's a psionic entity here, and a mysterious tanker over here. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that. But that is something that we can't deal with yet. For now, we'll just come right down here and explore this natural wormhole. Good to know that that's there. We've got quite a few of those. We've got the Ether Drake here, we've got the Enigmatic Fortress over here. Bizarre. Okay. Well, that'll be fine. We should actually probably get these guys upgrading as well, once they get back to Grumium. And of course, reinforced. We are producing, I think, sufficient alloys right now to continue constructing starbases, while still having enough alloys to do some additional construction. So that should, in theory, be good. Oh, we're on normal speed. No wonder this is feeling slow. Let's bump that up to fast. I did not realize that. Excellent. So, our primary combat fleets are currently at about 2.5k. I am interested in potentially checking into some ship redesigns. Let's see, do we have anything? Yes, we can put in ion disruptors. And yeah, you can set these to auto-upgrade. I prefer to manually do it, though. I just find it fun. Okay, anything else in here? Yeah, level 3 plasteel armor. Okay, so I do want to remove the orders from the first combat fleet and just have them return to Grumium for right now. And then we'll hop back into the ship designer and save that, the Anxiety class corvette. The destroyers, we can upgrade these to ion disruptors, of course. Now, these energy siphons have no upgrades, and we'll have to evaluate when we want to change that. But we absolutely want to jump to hyperdrive level 2. That'll be a very big deal for us. And what do we want these guys to be? Do we want these to be line ships? That would be 50 range. This is 60 range, 40 range, 30 range, and 50 range. So we would prefer that they actually be picket and close to 30 range. Excellent. And we'll also put in that. Now, we are short on power for this, even with a reactor booster. For now, we can drop a deflector and put in a plasteel armor, but once our shields get upgraded, we're going to want to re-evaluate that, especially when we get another reactor type. So that'll be okay. For cruisers, I mean, do we really want a level 1 mass driver? I don't know about that. This is range 50, this is range 40, and range 100. Okay. So this is currently a line computer. We probably want to upgrade these to a longer range thing and have it be line. So what do we want to put here? Range of 50 on energy siphons. The primary goal of the blue lasers, of course, would be to drain shields, right? Or no, would be to take down armor. The mass driver is the drainer of shields. Energy siphons cannot fit in a large slot. However, we could put a laser here and mass drivers in those locations. We need to upgrade our mass drivers, there's no doubt about that. And yeah, this doesn't have enough power. We can just simply, once again, drop a deflector and put in a level 3 armor. Once we get higher level shields, we can maybe address the regenerative hull tissue here. Okay, so there's our destroyers. Or no, those were our cruisers. There we go. That should be good to go. Now, we can, in fact, upgrade these. And I'm going to do so. We're going to put in a couple of disruptors there. And we're going to upgrade all of these to blue lasers. There we go. We're going to have a hard time chipping through shields here, though. So we should probably put in at least 1 energy siphon, perhaps 2. I think we'll put in 1 energy siphon. Okay, we're doing fine on power on these stations. So that's fine. We'll save that. Excellent. Now we don't need to upgrade any of our patrol fleets. In fact, I wish that we could remove them from the outliner or put them in their own section. That would be very, very nice. But we will go ahead and begin reinforcing, or rather upgrading, these ships here in the first combat fleet. Excellent. We're also going to upgrade the second combat fleet, and that's going to drain our alloys for a while. We just got another L-Gate Insight, that's great. Cruiser hull points would be fantastic. Flak cannons would be okay. Coil guns is something that we really should upgrade, though. Actually, we're going to have phase disruptors pretty soon, too, but that's okay. Now, this construction ship is going to be ready to do some constructioning over here. Right now, in fact, and we'll get that started. Wonderful. And these upgrades will continue to drain our alloys for some time. We could buy in alloys, but I don't think it's worthwhile right now. I do, however, want to check in on our piracy situation over here. Yeah. Our piracy is dropping quite quickly over here with 6. Excellent. There's our fleet academies and naval logistics offices available. Now the question is, do we want to go for galactic administration? System capital complex would be pretty good. That provides 4 administrator jobs. But that does not, however, give us Empire Sprawl. Fleet command limit, however, would be pretty good, considering our... well, actually, that would be fleet limit, not naval limit. We could simply go for starbase cap, so that we can not be paying this 25% penalty for our starbases. And I think we're going to go for that. We did get some necrophages happening. That's great. We're going to run out of energy credits in a year. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. This world needs... let's see, what do we need here? We need a Chamber of Elevation. Where are you, Chamber of Elevation? There you are. Excellent. We've explored this wormhole. Where does it go? Good question. It goes over here. That's actually very useful for us. We have a connection between this location and not very far out of our capital. That's a big shortcut. Fantastic. Very happy about that. That does, of course, mean that this science ship no longer needs to come down over here. And instead, we can go back to Belgium. And in Belgium... oh, no, it wasn't in Belgium. It was in Gothra, wasn't it? Yes. We can come back over here and assist research. But we're already assisting research there. It must have been from Canopus, then. Okay. We'll assist research over here. Wonderful.
Construction venture completed.
Okay, we built a starbase over here. We'll grab those 5 science or physics research rather, and these 2 energy credits, which is honestly a little bit more important right now. We do have a fair amount of issues going on with our colonies. We can upgrade a reassembled ship shelter here, and we're going to immediately begin doing that. But this is an industrial world, which means we can put in another civilian industry, which means that we may, emphasis on may, start being able to cut our consumer goods order. That would be great. On Belgium Prime, we are lacking housing. That's fine. Now, all of these can be upgraded to alloy megaforges. We're making 9 volatile motes per month right now, which means that we can afford to do that, but I'm only going to do these one at a time. Okay, over here we have 2 unemployment. These are worker unemployments. This is a rural world right now, which of course means that we are better at worker pops and just building these generic districts. I think, given our current situation, a generator district would make sense here. That would give us both of these worker unemployments dealt with. So that should be okay. On Batrac Prime, this is a generator world. We have no housing available and we have 1 unemployment here. We should absolutely put in a generator district. We are currently lacking a little bit on the minerals front. We're going to go ahead and tick forward until we have a month tick here. to solve that little problem. Excellent. And then on this refinery world, we are lacking a little bit as well. I think... Low gravity here. Okay. I think that we should put in another generator district here. There's only so many of building jobs that we're going to get, so I think that it's not very efficient to build city districts on a refinery world because refinery jobs are pretty few and far between. So let's just put in a generator district there that will hopefully help offset our energy credits. And the reason we're losing so much in energy credits right now is because our mineral cell order did not go through in the last month. So that's absolutely fine. Let's sell 500 food here and also 100 exotic gases. And also 100 rare crystals. Just to get us up into numbers where we're making realistic amounts again. Excellent. Let's check in on our science ship over here. This science ship is not currently doing anything. Do we have another science world for it to assist research over? We do. Elthier Prime. Why don't you come on over here? Wait, this is a generator world. We have 2 Elthier Primes. We have 3 Elthier Primes. Okay. This is... not actually, I think, a generator world. Well, physics research from jobs, max generator districts. A bit of a hybrid world, maybe. This one is absolutely a tech world, though. But yeah, that science ship, it can come up over here and assist research over Elthier Prime. Okay, Governor Monin has been revealed as psychic. That's good. You can see here that our Empire Sprawl is getting up there. There's no doubt about that. We're 25% done upgrading our ships on the first combat fleet, and 30% done for the second combat fleet. Okay, that's fine.
A study has been completed.
And there's our coil guns. That's absolutely fine. Metallurgist output. Civilian fabricators. So many good things. We're taking metallurgists, though, because we're currently lacking a little bit on the alloys. We only have the one alloy world, don't we? And we may want to think about something like this colony becoming an alloy world. This would actually be a pretty good candidate for that. Let's do it. We'll designate that as alloys. Excellent. So there's all of our colonies under control for now. That is great. And I would like to move these guys maybe to Grimium. Oh, hello, we finished our upgrades over here. That's interesting. We didn't finish them, but okay. I'm not going to upgrade this fleet again because we know that we're going to have phase disruptors coming in very, very soon. Excellent. These construction ships are both done. Let's go ahead and move over here. This would be a great world to settle. And let's build research stations, and then we will move over here. Now, we don't have dark matter drawing technology. We'll get it eventually. Do we have zero distillation? No, we don't. Okay. Noted. I didn't think we had zero distillation, to be fair. Okay, there's our phase disruptors. What are we going to get next? We could go for UV lasers. But positronic AI is very difficult to pass up, especially while we're at peace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and redesign these again. Now, we are still lacking power. So that's going to be a thing. We're going to have to drop some power here, and that'll be fine. We also got access to coil guns. That does not affect our defensive platforms, so. Looks like the cruiser is set to auto-upgrade. I'm going to turn that off. Like I said, you can run this, and this is not the most efficient way to play it, by any means, but I prefer to do this manually. It's purely a preference. I prefer to have very close control over what our ship doctrine looks like. Okay, phase disruptors on here. And it looks like we are fine on power on corvettes. Okay, so this design will last us for a while. We know that we're not going to have imminent upgrades, so I'm going to go ahead and hit these upgrade buttons right now. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue working on our economy a little bit. I do want to check in on this, though. Yeah, this is looking much, much better. But as I said, it is time to put a cut in here, so you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.